Hi, this is Snehitha Gujjula, and now I'm going to share my screen. And yeah, I'm going to explain my project, Python project, personal finance tracker. And opening the application, we run GUI.py. It imports four other modules: transaction, DB, visualization, and summary. We use Thinker for the application interface on the backend for the data storage. We are using Azure SQL database, which I can show here as well. And I choose Azure SQL database, a cloud solution, because my development is on a Mac and using SQL Server was a little complicated. And here I'm selecting all data from transactions table, and also we can see the tables on the left side. And okay, now let's move on to how the application works. Example for adding transaction, assuming I'm going to the movies tomorrow and I spend $50. This is how I would add a transaction, and we will see the transaction appear in the recent transactions. And I'm choosing a future date just to ensure we can see the transaction appear. So I'm choosing date 2025 and 0724, and amount I'm choosing 50, and I'm choosing type debit, and a category as entertainment, and essential 0, because the example I'm taking movie, so that's why I'm choosing 0 essential and the category entertainment. And this is either credit or debit to allow us to know if the money came in or left the account. And category is predefined to have specific segments such as entertainment, rent, salary, and other to capture any other segments. And essentials 0 or 1 means whether the user really have some needs to have spent the money or not, to kind of understand if it's necessary purchase or not. And okay, let me now click submit, and we now get a transaction added successfully message, and we can now see the transaction in the recent transactions. Okay, now into the summary aspect of the application. Clicking the view summary tab, open up a new window containing a summary of the account initially. It contains all transactions from beginning of time. However, we can filter the transactions using the date range fields and by clicking apply filter. And in addition, we have two visuals, one showing expenses by category and another showing expenses over time. Honestly speaking, the expenses over time chart is very readable. I mean, expenses over time chart is not very readable because I couldn't figure out how to adjust the x-axis labels properly for different filters. And however, the expenses by category chart does a very good job to show where a user spent most of their money. To see how these charts and different labels change by filtering transactions, let's look at transactions for a month of July 2025. So, so I'm going to insert my start date as first date of July 2025, which is 2025 07 and 01. And the end date is going to be the last date of this month, which is 2025 0731. Now, if we click apply filter, we will see total income, total expenses, and balance, and the chart changes to reflect only for this month transactions. Um, so yeah, see now in the expenses over time, we only see one bullet dot because we are looking at transactions only for 1 month, and the weekly has four X labels in the chart for the weeks in the month. And this is, yeah, and this is my project. There are definitely some improvements I can make, especially with the expenses over time, x-axis labeling, and it would be nice to show the account balance based on what's still in the account, regardless of filtering. But however, this project was very helpful in learning how to organize Python code, and especially using Tinker. Yeah, yeah, that's it. This is my project, and thank you.